Battlefield's almost here, and I still have plenty of clips from the beta, weekend 1, weekend 2, across several maps. I've gathered a lot of footage and can easily talk about the game for a long time just from those clips. So with that being said, let's dive into a little discussion about Battlefield 6. And guys, before we jump right into the video, I gotta say thank you for watching, thank you for giving me this opportunity and a chance, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you do, please subscribe, it's free, helps me out a lot, and also helps me reach my goal of 400 subscribers before the end of the year. If we hit that, we'll aim for 500, but let's stick to 400 for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. In today's video, I want to talk about gameplay. Maps and other elements are fun, most of them are actually really good, but I decided to start with gameplay first. In future videos we can dive into maps and weapons, but now gameplay in Battlefield 6 feels very different from Battlefield 2042, or at least that's what I thought while playing. Honestly, it feels much closer to the older Battlefield games, which is super nice. If we compare it to Black Ops 7, then yeah, Battlefield looks way better. From what I've seen in trailers and the little snippets posted on Instagram, it's night and day. Like, why the hell does the charging handle on the M4 in Black Ops 7 move every time you shoot? That's just weird. It's little details like that which make Battlefield 6 stand out. The gameplay itself is solid, but the attention to detail really shows that there's more passion behind Battlefield than in Call of Duty. But anyway, let's talk about the nitty-gritty, all the small things. I love that song, by the way. By Blink, all the small things. Anyway, sorry for my ADHD, and I'm gonna leave this in the script because, you know, fuck it. Anyway, the movement system has sprinting, the normal sliding, and when you're laying down, you kind of do a little dive, you know, which is really good. I really like it. I actually enjoy the hell out of this feature in Battlefield 4. It gives you these moments where you're running somewhere, do a little jump, and then start crawling. It's really good. It just makes a little more cinematic sometimes. Vaulting is normal, but I kind of enjoyed the vaulting system in this game more. And one thing I thought was really nice is when you have this transition. Jumping from somewhere high and crouching midair, you kind of land in a row, which I thought it was amazing. You know, honestly, this was present in Battlefield 5 as well, and when I discovered it, I would run like Assassin's Creed, doing parkour and rolling on the ground. It was very good for me, and I really enjoyed it, so yeah, actually really good. Overall, it feels really fluid to play Battlefield 6, and it doesn't overdo it. In the beta, we had some problems, but thankfully the developers addressed them, and now I'm a little happier. My main problem with the movement system in the beta was that you could essentially just jump around like a bunny, literally bunny hop, and shoot people without any difficulty. I even had some clips where, here in the channel, of me doing that. Not bunny hopping exactly, but literally jumping from somewhere high, landing like a fucking Navy SEAL on crack, and running around shooting people like there was no recoil. I also have some clips where I was struggling, fighting the recoil of my gun to kill the enemy, so you know, it was very 8 or 80. It was either really good or really bad. And the developers already addressed it, and they said it was going to be much slower paced, or that it is going to be much more slower paced, meaning Call of Duty players, you guys can fuck off and play COD because you're not going to be able to bunny hop anymore. So yeah, the developers said we aren't going to have bunny hopping, slide canceling, or any of those things. It's going to be a grounded game, which for me is really good. And if you're a Battlefield player, you can't complain about that. Compared to older Battlefield games, if you compare it to Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, which were great titles, or even Battlefield 1, which was amazing, the responsiveness of the movement system feels awesome. I enjoyed it. The animations are really good, like, for real, I'm very pleased with it. I just hope it keeps going that way. There are some things we couldn't explore because they weren't in the beta, like certain gadgets, interacting with them, and even knifing someone to death, which we did, at least. It was so good. You know, it felt like Battlefield 4 all over again. It was really nice. It didn't give me the same shitty feeling of playing Battlefield 2042. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I didn't play much Battlefield 2042 because that game fucking sucked. And yeah, I hated it. And I'm not going to play it. Sometimes I think, oh, I'll download it and see how it is after all this time. Just check what they changed. I'm not going to do that because the feeling I have is that I spent almost $400 to play the game early, and it wasn't a good buy. It wasn't a good purchase. So yeah, fuck 2042, Battlefield 6 is really nice. In the beta, player mobility was over 9,000, and combat flow was very fast-paced. But now, seeing that they're going to change the bunny hopping, slide canceling, and the other dumb shit, I think mobility and combat flow are going to be a little slower paced as well, and it's not that bad, you know, it's not a bad thing at all, because it's not going to become a milsim game, which I love, by the way, but it's also not going to be just Call of Duty. It's going to be Battlefield, you know, that's the best description I can give. It's going to be Battlefield, which is really, really good. Anyway, engagements were really fast after spawning, at least for the most part. If you spawned like in a random base, or if you spawned like on objective Delta and all the fighting was in objective Alpha, it was a little far from the battle, but you still find one or two dudes. And since the maps weren't huge, which is a little problem for me because Battlefield is known for its huge maps, fuck, Galmont Railway is huge, it would be easy to get there and shoot some people. So it's not boring or anything. It's not like a milsim game where you walk for 20 minutes and die to a little sniper in the middle of a bush somewhere in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. So I liked it. I enjoyed it. The pacing between downtime and firefights was really good, at least for me, because it wasn't like, oh, okay, we're super chill, and it would take forever to get into a firefight. It was very intense, especially in Siege of Cairo. That map was amazing, and I really, really liked it. Honestly, the game kind of favored both types of playstyles, aggressive or tactical. If you wanted to be a very aggressive player and move like you were Rambo or Chuck Norris, you could do it. But if you played like that with your squad, it was much better. When I played with my squad, because it's really hard to do this in Battlefield sometimes, since your squad doesn't always want to play together, and you're just running around and fighting by yourself, you know? It's fine, but you can't do that. You know, you can do that, but doing it with your squad is just so much better. And here's an example from Battlefield 4. I've been playing BF4 with my friends, and honestly, it's just so good. My friends and I, we play Battlefield 4 here in Brazil, so they speak Portuguese. I'm not going to make any videos to post here, but maybe from time to time I release a short video of us playing. We play mostly together, meaning I'm playing engineer and one friend is a sniper, another support, or we swap classes around, you know, it will be I'll be support, another friend will be sniper, and so on. Playing different classes together just works better. So yeah, in Battlefield you should focus more on tactical positioning, playing normally with your friends, and actually engaging with your squad. And since we've talked a lot about combat and combat flow, how does TTK and TTD work in this game? Or time to kill and time to death, for those that don't know. How fast do players go down in a firefight? Well, it depends. Sometimes it felt off. Sometimes you'd shoot someone like 3 times with an assault rifle and they would die, get extremely butt-fucked, and it was super hard. Or you'd shoot the guy 30 times and he wouldn't die. But then someone with an SMG would peek from around the corner, shoot you twice and kill you. So it was a little off, and many people were saying it was just a skill issue or something like that, especially the players using weapons that had a TTK a little bugged. And of course COD players, because they always cocky, pricky, and idiots, but either way. There was an SMG that had an extremely bugged TTK, and there was a machine gun, an LMG, that was also a little buggy. These 2 issues were fixed according to the developers because they were actually bugged. It was super fast to kill enemies, but only with those 2 weapons. Of course, there were some others that were bugged as well, but like minor bugs, but the developers said it wasn't intentional, so they changed the TTK. SMGs are good for close quarters combat, but not to delete you instantly. LMGs are good for medium to longer ranges. Assault rifles are good from medium to short ranges. So you're not going to have this problem of getting deleted by an SMG from very far, which I think it's good. It kind of makes sense for a game that's not a milsim, and even if it was a milsim game, if you get shot by an SMG from far, you're probably not going to do a lot anyway. But yeah. The system kind of felt frustrating sometimes. Shotguns were extremely OP. I know people were saying, and even I said it, that shotguns were working as intended. For those who don't know, shotguns aren't just useful up close. They actually work pretty well at medium range shoot, depending on what type of ammo you're using. I know they scattered, but it's not like you have to be a meter or 2 away from the guy. If you're a little further, you can still kill someone or at least injure them. It was working like that, but for some reason the developer said, yep, we're not gonna do that. So they changed it. Now it's harder to kill from far away. We can still do it. The TTK was kind of buggy, and I totally get that some people were frustrated, but don't worry guys. It's all going to be fine in the end. Overall, the community reaction to survivability and lethality, well, since the developers changed it, you guys probably know what it was. People weren't very happy, and some YouTubers complained as well. Jack Frags talked about it, mentioned that it was bugged and the TTK felt off, and then they changed it, which is really good. So yeah, if you didn't play the beta, I'ma tell you, it was buggy, but the game was okay. I'm used to playing Milsim games, so getting deleted in 1 or 2 shots isn't a big deal for me. But yeah, it was buggy. The developers did something that COD devs never do. They actually made changes, and for the game itself, it's going to work fine. Which for me is a blessing in disguise, and I love it. It's not even in disguise, it's just a blessing. Most players are going to enjoy this change. Well, I was writing the next topic and accidentally deleted it. Didn't save the document, so I completely lost everything I wrote. But basically, I was talking about classes and their role in the game. Essentially, each class functions well in terms of their unique abilities or gadgets. But the problem is when you're not playing closed weapons, meaning you're not playing Battlefield and you're playing COD. It doesn't make any fucking sense in my mind for an engineer to play with a light machine gun. It doesn't make any sense for as a Battlefield player to see a support with a sniper rifle, because that's super OP. He can just throw a fucking ammo bag on the ground and have infinite sniper ammo, and that fucking sucks. It doesn't make any sense. Then classes just become obsolete. That's why I hate it. I hate it. You have to play closed weapons, not open weapons. If you play closed weapons like a proper Battlefield player, then you see that there's a big difference in team contribution between assault, engineer, support, and recon. Every single one of those dudes has to play like they're supposed to with their classes, and that works really fine. When I play with my friends, we all have this distribution. One plays support, one plays engineer, I play sniper or engineer, one plays assault, and another plays sniper. We have all these different combinations that work depending on the map. Sure, we can't play both, like, all 3 of them snipers, but, you know, then it's a little different type of gameplay that we're doing. We can all play squad, full squad with assault players, but it's gonna be a little different strategy as well. So, having this distribution is really good, but only if you have closed weapons. Most of the time, one friend will play only sniper, another only engineer. My friend struggles a lot because he doesn't know how to play with SMGs that well. I usually play engineer too because I love SMGs, but since we already have someone as on engineer, I play more assault, and that works fine and pushes you out of your comfort zone as well. My friend who plays recon used to play assault or support. Then he picked up a sniper rifle and performed really well. He found his calling as a recon player. He doesn't run around like an idiot like in Call of Duty. He stays somewhere safe and snipes properly. I enjoyed watching him play recon because I knew I had good eyes watching my back while I played assault and rushed objectives. When we don't see each other, we give callouts. It works fine. In Battlefield 6, if they don't keep weapons closed, then it won't work like that. Battlefield would lose its identity, and that would suck. Call of Duty players always ruin everything, and I don't want that happening to Battlefield. I don't want Battlefield 6 to become Call of Duty Black Ops 8. With closed weapons, the class system encourages teamwork instead of solo play, and I've seen support players set up barriers and stand there with LMGs, suppressing enemies while other players move forward as assault. I've seen recon players set up solid sniping positions, which is really fun to watch because, you know, it's Battlefield, it's supposed to work like that. But when I played open weapons, holy shit, what a shit show. A recon player with an SMG running around, setting up a spawn beacon to come back to the same spot. Breakthrough was open weapons and I hated that shit. I peek recon, set up a spawn beacon, rush in with a fucking SMG, and it worked. But that's the problem, it's not supposed to be like that. If you want to play recon with a carbine or a carbine, I don't know how the fuck you pronounce that, it's fine, like in Battlefield 4. But if you play with an SMG, assault rifle, or LMG, it doesn't make any sense. It defeats the purpose of having a team. You can just solo like a maniac and not care. And it's not like Battlefield doesn't let you solo. I've soloed most of my life, you know, for most of my life, but now I have friends who actually play the game and we're having fun together. So yeah, basically this class system does encourage teamwork instead of solo play when you're playing close weapons. Honestly, there's a huge importance in playing with your squad and actually having teamwork in Battlefield 6. The revives, heals, and resupplies, they're all super important. We have this thing where you can revive your friend in the squad, which I think it's really good. It works really fine. If you're playing with your friends, you can revive them. If your medic's down, you can revive him, and then you have a support player to actually help out better. In general, I really enjoyed it. I bugged, my mind just blue screened a little bit, I'm sorry. In general, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It shows the importance of each member of the squad. It really emphasizes reviving your squad mates and working together. If something's not working, you can always change your class, you can change your approach, but teamwork really wins the game. When I was playing Breakthrough on Empire State and we were moving towards an objective, it was really painful to see dudes not advancing with their squads, just a bunch of dudes scattered around while 7 of us were inside of a point, you know, or inside a point, which sucked. Breakthrough is a game mode where you have to break through enemy lines. You just push in and kill the enemy. If you have the numbers but no teamwork, you're not gonna win. That's exactly what happened. It's very rewarding to play with your team, and it kind of punishes solo play sometimes. Playing in a squad works better and pays off much more. Honestly, there aren't any new system that pushes players to cooperate besides the squad revive, which was already present in Battlefield 5. But on the contrary, there's also a system made for players not to cooperate, and in my opinion is the open weapon system. I'm a heavy hater of the weapon system. I don't like it, you know, it shouldn't work like that. It's really dumb, and like I said, I don't like that. That shit is just shit. You know, I really hope they change it. I really hope they make Battlefield be Battlefield. If they do and manage to keep it that way, we're going to have a great game. And if we have both close weapons and open weapons, I'm pretty sure most players are going to play close weapons. The ones who play open weapons, we already know who they are. You know, CUP players or really dumb low IQ Battlefield players. So yeah, honest to God, that's it. Please, Battlefield devs, keep close weapons. It's better. Overall, people, that was it. You know, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. To the dude who said I have a bad personality, you can suck my little ding dong. I hope this video shows that when I'm invested in a topic, well, I'm really invested in a topic. So yeah, that being said, if you like the video, please leave a like, comment what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it helps me out a lot. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend or Monday. I don't even know when I'm going to release this video now, you know, that I'm thinking about it. It's already pretty late on Sunday, so I think we're going to release it on Monday. But yeah, in general, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.